pertaining to the suites, I was thinking, do you want to give a little insight on what you want to do on the inside of yours?
Sure.
A lot of people don't know, but at Marque Collection, all the suites are completely customizable.
We're going to build mezzanines so that we'll have a lounge up there, TV. The 1993 Valvoline car and the 1998 Valvoline car represent 7 of my 35 wins with Roush Racing. Beautiful ceramic tile throughout. It's going to be like residential level finish.
These suites are just behind the Promenade Mall in Rogers, Arkansas. It's a gated community, so it's a very beautiful layout, permeable pavers throughout, 5 buildings, a clubhouse. It's just something you must see in person. Hey guys, I'm Sara Posey. We're here at Marque Collection Suites in Rogers, Arkansas. And I have a special guest with me today, Mr. Mark Martin.
And hello, Mark Martin here. Born and raised in Batesville, Arkansas. Started dirt track racing when I was 15 right here in Arkansas and made it all the way to the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
Now, Mark, you own a couple suites here at the property. So tell us how excited you are to hear about this project coming to Northwest Arkansas.
Oh, it's going to be so amazing. I think that a lot of people don't see the vision of what's going to be here when everything is all finished out and all the tenants are in here. Almost all the units are sold already. Once they're sold, people are going to be wanting in here so bad. This concept has worked extremely well in other big cities, and the car culture and the culture in general here in Northwest Arkansas is going to support this, you know, really, really strong. I'm so excited about it. We're going to have actually a couple of my historic race cars in my unit, as well as my Pride and Joy motor coach. You know, and we're going to do like have a podcast room and all that in ours as well. And we're going to have a second one. My son and I just bought it for an investment because I know people are going to want in here so bad once they see what it is, because it's not only it gives you a place to come that's away from your home, but a place to store, you know, cool cars and be around like-minded people. You know, you'll have all different kinds of things here, like, you know, some guys will have bars and in theirs and you know, all kinds of social kinds of get-togethers. There's going to be a huge clubhouse here that's going to be fantastic. I was just in a place very similar in Indianapolis, and it was just walking through there made me excited about the Marque Collection because it's going to be amazing.
I agree. And very few suites left, so they're going to be dropping like flies for sure, kind of a get it before it's gone situation. Okay, and along with your Hall of Fame recognition, tell us a little bit more about your accolades, how long you were in the racing industry before you retired.
Well, I got started when I was 15 in Batesville, Arkansas, racing the dirt tracks around Arkansas, and worked my way up through different ranks. Wound up at an early age winning 3 national championships, which kind of propelled me into NASCAR. And I got off to a quick start in NASCAR, and then I stumbled and fell and pretty much had to fold up and go back to my roots and start my career all over again.
Okay.
And it took me about 6 years to get my feet under me and get back to NASCAR. But I did, and the second time I made it happen, made it work. So I got back in NASCAR in 1988 and got my first win in 1989. And was fortunate enough to have a lot of wins, work with some of the greatest people in NASCAR history, and race against, you know, some of the greatest, not only as a fan as a kid, when, you know, I got to watch, David Pearson and Kel Yarborough and Richard Petty,
Yeah.
Bobby Allison. But not only that, I got to race against those guys. It's just hard to believe that I raced against the Petty Pearsons and Allisons and Yarboroughs and all those guys, but I also raced with Darrell Waltrip and Dale Earnhardt, then Jeff Gordon, and I even got to race with Kyle Larson, who is, the current, one of the current top drivers. So, and Kyle Busch, and of course Denny Hamlin and stuff. So, I was very fortunate to race for 40 years in the greatest era of all motorsports.
I agree. Congrats, that's awesome.
Thank
If
you.
you had like one core memory that is your absolute favorite, what would that be?
My favorite win is the 2009 Phoenix win. I had not won a race since 2005, and I thought I'd won my last race.
Right.
And luckily, I got hooked up with the Hendrick Motorsports and in the 5 car, and we won that race after all that time. Thought I was going to, retire, but then didn't.
Yeah.
And it was a real special win. Pull it off. Everybody who is important in NASCAR came to Victory Lane and congratulated me. It was very popular with the fans and with competitors and everyone, and that was a real special night. I was fortunate enough to go on and win 4 more times that year, but that one win trumps all of them, even my first win and everything.
Kind of got you out of that slump and catapulted you.
That's right.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know, but at Marque Collection, all the suites are completely customizable. So we're seeing anything from just a few car lifts and a bathroom, maybe an office space, to very elaborate, extravagant build-outs. So in your personal suites and your customizing, do you care to share a little bit about your vision and what you want that to look like?
Yeah, so we're going to build a mezzanine for about a third of it. Our unit's going to be 50 feet wide and 75 long.
Okay.
So it's going to be a large unit. And we're going to build a mezzanine so that we'll have a lounge up there, TV, and and all that to watch races or whatever. And then just a sitting area where we can sit and visit up there. And going to have a glass railing so that
Okay.
you have a good view of the motor coach sitting out there. And then down below that will be the 1993 Valvoline car and the 1998 Valvoline car. Both those cars represent 7 of my 35 wins with Roush Racing. So those 2 cars are extremely special. And then on the wall behind the motor coach, we're planning on a collage of all the different racing, pictures and
Okay.
grandstands full of fans and all that stuff along the wall. And then below the mezzanine, we have a whole area where all my toolboxes and everything is. And then a podcast room, soundproof and everything, so that we can, we do so many interviews and Zooms and podcasts and all that stuff that I kind of need a place to just go, flip the switch and it's
Yeah,
on.
that's right.
And then a kitchen, a little kitchen, and then storage for the stuff that's not pretty, so that everything out in our space will be beautiful. Ceramic tile throughout the whole thing. Nice. So it's going to be really, it's going to be like residential level finish work inside.
That sounds beautiful. That'll be nice. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, and we'll have to come back and do a walkthrough with the cars and the whole thing. That'll be nice.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing a little bit about your passion for your whole industry. And we're so happy that you have selected Marque Collection to be calling that your location for all of your prized possessions, for sure. Again, these suites are just behind the Promenade Mall in Rogers, Arkansas. It's a gated community, so it's a very beautiful layout, permeable pavers throughout, 5 buildings, a clubhouse. It's just something you must see in person. Mark, if you have anything last you'd like to say? Maybe, I heard maybe a book's coming in the works.
Well, yeah, we discussed a little bit earlier about, my career coming from the dirt tracks in Arkansas and making it all the way to the NASCAR Hall of Fame. We've been, my son Matt and I have been 4 years in the making of a book that's going to be really special. Matt's really into that kind of thing, and so we finally finished the manuscript, and it is at the publisher. It'll take a while to get it all formatted, edited, formatted, and published, but we're really excited about it. We have selected a title for it, and it is Never Lift, and there is meaning to that.
Okay.
That people don't get. I mean, it's a saying that some people say, when you're going fast. But my dad, who was my hero, lived by that. Like, speed will overcome. In other words, if he thought he was going to go into a ditch, he figured that going faster would be better than going slower.
Right.
And he was such an amazing guy. He was, in the 70s, he acquired the nickname The Cat, because he was a hard dude to kill, and he was that guy. Never Lift was something that he lived by, and so it has special meaning to me.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing that when it comes out. We'll do another interview and maybe catch up on that time frame as well.
Yeah.
Again one day. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Really enjoyed it. I'm excited about this project.
I know. What a beautiful place it's going to be.